And tonight we're playing on Tomb of the Spider Queen, and that was Cloud8's map choice. And you can see we've already have the band starting. And Vala is banned, and Murky representing Zarya, I'm sure. Okay. So the Vala ban is unusual as a first ban. She is actually getting buffed once again in the PTR, but those changes haven't made it live, and she is a consistent and stable DPSer. She has a bit of clear on this map, but she has problems sustaining in the lane, so rather surprising ban. I don't think I've seen a Vala ban, first ban in Chair League yet. And you see the first pick Sylvanas, always popular pick on Tomb of the Spider Queen. I think along with Kerrigan, she's probably one of the most popular picks here. Another popular pick on this map is Kael'thas, so maybe we'll expect to see him in the later rounds. We usually see him coming as the last pick or someone. He has good range, good wave clear, so very good for this map. The two things we always consider on this map is wave clear and goaltending, so excuse me. So in response to Sylvanas, we see Malfurion and Tyrael. Now, Malfurion has been a very popular first pick these days, so even seeing him come to second pick is unusual. And then, of course, Tyrael. Now, this might be setting up for a Kerrigan pick. As we know, Tyrael-Kerrigan is a very common combo. It goes for a more rotational and team fighting style on this map than it is wave clearing, because although Tyrael can hold his own and does have decent wave clear, he's not one of the major ones like a Johanna, which came out from Obsidian Gaming. They seem to be prioritizing wave clear quite a bit. But, so maybe they'll pick someone else for wave clearing, but I think they've got enough. But they could still go something like Lunara Oriole or something like that. No, I don't have the Chair League overlay set up. I assume you're talking about the ticker bar and the scoreboard. Yeah, I don't have that set up. I should look into that though. I've been doing that. And there you go, we see the wave clear theme from Zul. The Murky ban is actually Zarya. I believe Top Drafter still doesn't have Zarya in their tool, so we've been using Murky as a Zarya ban, or as the Zarya representative. And so yeah, you see they have very heavy wave clearing as these top three, and Johanna also has fairly good goaltending, so they're really drafting for the map. Now, Zul and Sylvanas together kind of lacks a little bit of team fight. Yeah, they might suffer a bit in the team fight. Zul is not a great team fighter later on. Early game, he's a powerhouse in the rotations and everything, but later on, not as much. So he usually, without an escape, he rarely lives through a team fight unless he plays very carefully. And if you play very carefully, you're probably not using his cursed strikes and stuff like that, and then, you know, he's not doing that much. So alright, second wave of bans, we got Cigar and Brightwing. Cigar is a lane dominator, but not really so much anymore after the patch. She's missing the sustain necessary, and on this map, sustaining is really key, which is why Malfurion is such a great pick. And you see Brightwing as well. Now Brightwing, they didn't pick Kerrigan, so, or maybe that's still coming out in the fifth pick. Brightwing is very good against divers, but they've only really got Tyrael, no one else to dive with him right now, so maybe they realize that Obsidian's comfort healer is Brightwing, so that's why they banned that. So they pick Raynor and Falstad. Very strange picking the Raynor, I think, because popular opinion is that if you're gonna pick Raynor, you might as well pick Hammer right now. Hammer is just like a better Raynor in every way, is the prevailing ideology right now. So very surprised by that Raynor pick, with Hammer is still available in the pool. And then you got Falstad, who is always good because, you know, he has boss stealing potential, he can fly around the map, and of course Gust is just one of the best ultimates in the game, if not the best. So they can choose to disengage, re-engage, whatever it is, force fights. And then coming up from Obsidian, we see Lily and Li Ming. Now Lily, of course, is a bane of Raynor's existence. All he can do is auto attack damage, and if Lily blinds him for that duration, then he's not doing anything. So, and then we've got Li Ming, who is one of the best goaltenders. And then there we go. There's the 5th pick. Kills us like I was expecting, as usual. Alright, so our lineups are ready. Looking at these two for Tomb of the Spider Queen, I kind of favor... I mean, I have to favor the Malfurion lineup because Malfurion is just so strong right now, but yeah, so the Malfurion is really good on this map, of course, being like a walking well, and I don't know how I feel about Lily as a solo healer, which is the only reason I would favor Cloud8's draft here. But hopefully it'll prove me wrong. Give us a great match. Like I said, I've followed Obsidian for a couple of weeks now, and they've played really well. They work really well as a team. So we'll see if they can make this work. And the discussion about Raynor and Hammer is that they're just both ranged auto attackers, except Hammer just has more range. So they're not nothing alike, but they're not exactly the same either. But their functionality in a team fight is just about the same. They're just ranged auto attackers that provide nothing but auto attack damage, essentially, from range. So their contribution to a team fight is just about the same. And we're going to start the game. I will put it in the game observer. There we go. So just a reminder, if you guys like the cast, please hit the follow button. The VODs will be up on YouTube later on as well. Remember to check out my Extra Life page. The info's down at the bottom. It's all for charity for Sick Children's Hospital that takes care of children with medical problems. They often house them for a long time as well, so it's a great cause. Even if you don't take advantage of any of the perks, and you don't have to wait till the November 5th to donate if you want to donate. Or if you want to take advantage of any of the incentives, go right ahead. We still have a lot of like coaching sessions from high-level players to give out. So anyway, Obsidian Gaming, Captain Tim on Sylvanas, Deltef on Johanna, Kale on Zul, Confliction on Li Ming, and Dynasty on Lily. Over on Cloud8, we have Heejin on Malfurion, Daig on Tyrael, Attack Fang on Raynor, Manny on Kael'thas, and the Federalist, the Captain, on, or TH Federalist, not the Federalist, on, I know that person's name, Birdman, Falstad, that's it, sorry. There we go. Okay, so it looks like they're trying to get some free damage up top. Very common tactic with Sylvanas. Let's see if they can do it without losing anybody, and they do. So there's just a free half a hammer worth of damage here. Nice job by them getting out without any casualties. So now it's about the solo laners and who can rotate better. like I said, I've seen Obsidian work as a team before, and they're very good, and I haven't seen Cloud8, so we'll see if they can match their rotations. Now, nobody's sent anyone to a solo lane yet. Zul actually gets caught up by himself. It is actually very dangerous for Zul to be pushing by himself, so looks like Kalthus is in a lot of trouble, though, and he goes down. His first blood goes to Obsidian, but Falstad is soaking up all this extra experience in the bottom. Oh, it looks like maybe he pushed a little bit far. If he had... When you're in solo lane by yourself, sometimes if you think that the enemy team is going to rotate in time, you should actually just not touch the lane at all and let your minions die. That way you can actually deny some XP at least. Whereas if you push and they get down there in time, then you haven't let their minions kill any of your minions and you're not denying anything. So we see the 4-man rotation with a 1-man solo, Sylvanas and Falstad. This is a fairly even lane. Looks like Falstad's getting the advantage. With smarter play, I think Falstad has the upper hand for sure. Okay, looks like Johanna's on fire, something she will be very often in this game. But she's a very tanky hero, so there's no problem. And it looks like the rotational advantage is actually going to Obsidian right now because, well, they just have better wave clears. Lily is running out of mana, though. She took Conjurer's Pursuit level 1, though, so she'll get back up there soon enough. And looking at the level 1 talents, we see Regen Master once again. Of course, this is a small rotational map, so Regen Globes are very easy to come by, so no surprise there. And then we get Power Hungry, so they're a very orb-focused team right now, and why not? Most of the fights take place beside or in the lane, so great choices, I think. Withering Barrage, level 4 for Sylvanas. And then pretty standard. We'll see what's happening in this lane. Still pretty even. Yeah, very standard Falstad build from even before the nerfs. Rainer's taking an all auto attack DPS build, not scared of Lily's blinds, diminishing that return. And oh, Malfurion actually took a huge orb. It looks like Obsidian broke up their 4-man rotation a little bit. No, they're getting together now. So. Let's see, switch retribution even in death. I kind of really like the level 1 E talent on Smite talent on material. I've been enjoying that lately. I'm surprised it doesn't get played more. It is fairly powerful, especially for the early game. Okay, so we see a fight here mid. Looks like no one's in too much danger. Looks like they sent Li Ming down bottom, though. Oh, because Sylvanas was taking a camp. And this gives them some pressure. If they have to come down bottom to deal with this, if Falstad can't deal with it by themselves, that could give them a turn-in up top for free. And they're choosing engage 3 on 4 here. This is kind of surprising. They know that they sent 2 down there, so they're going to be outnumbered here. So they're not going to get the better end of this trade. And this map is about attrition, so you gotta spend your mana and health wisely, because otherwise people can get turn-ins. Oh, it looks like they're all gathering up here to take a 5-on-4 now. So Sylvanas is a bit out of position, but she gets out with Haunting Wave. And what is their plan here? Because they're not soaking during this time. Looks like a very even game in terms of XP. Even the Moonfire talent coming out from Malfurion. Okay, so it's all about the wave clear. But Lily she should be using her blind less liberally because she is running out of mana. And if Cloud8 notices this, they could try and force a fight where Lily doesn't have the mana to heal anymore. So she should really stop spamming that blind, in my opinion. Try to get up in mana a little bit. Malfurion, oh, they're both so low, but they've got the well, so they should be okay. Does that mean... Nope, okay. And you see, Cloud8 has already turned in 8 of their gems, doing a bit more... being a bit more studious about turning in their gems. And it looks like Johanna is really the only one who turns in. If she turns in right now, if she successfully gets this for some reason, and Cloud8 doesn't check, oh no, okay, so they got the first turn in, and they're the Sylvanas team, so this is really scary. Zul needs to get back to safety though, because all his advantage can be erased if he dies. Losing people at the beginning of a turn-in is really bad. And so it looks like Sylvanas did go down. Oh no, what happened? This is like the only time she needed not to die, like 100% for sure. And she needs to be pushing with the web weavers because that's what makes Sylvanas so strong on this map. Oh no, that's a disaster. Okay, well, let's see if they can recover. Oh, Raynor takes a huge orb to the face. And Li Ming is just so good on this map. There's so many walls and little cubby holes for her to hide in, single points of interest for her to just keep sending her stuff at. And it looks like they choose to pressure mid after fighting a bit top. It looks like the Bone Prison's coming out on Tyrael. Did not get a sword out beforehand. Oh no, but it's actually Malfurion that gets taken down, and then Tyrael. Of course, he's even in death. He's going to explode on Zul and Sylvanas. Wow, okay, they should have spread out a bit for that one. They've been so good about not spreading the fire, but didn't quite catch Tyrael's passive. So that netted them only a little bit of an XP lead. They took down this full wall. This one's still healthy. This one's still healthy except for one tower, so about half here though. So they didn't really get that much out of the first Webweaver turnout, especially considering Sylvanas is on their team. Sylvanas is going to be in a bit of trouble, but she's fine. She does eat some fire though. Hard to avoid that. Oh, Lily, better be careful there. Okay, she sees them turning in, so does a little bit of goaltending by herself and just casually walks away. And wow, look at all these gems that Falstad is holding. If they can get a kill on him, this should be their priority. I would like to see like just 5 people come down and try to kill Falstad, in fact, because wow, so many gems. Oh, they couldn't get him. They just sent only Sylvanas. Of course, with the Bone Prison setup, it's not even that hard. If they just dive a little bit with Johanna or something, they could even like trading 1-for-1 Johanna for Falstad would be worth it at this point if you can keep them from recovering the gems. So, well, Sylvanas and Zul doing their thing, and then that leaves Li Ming versus Falstad bottom, which is a fairly even lane as long as Falstad plays his cards right. Doesn't get over eager about clearing and staying in lane. Oh, looks like Sylvanas. Yeah, she's fine. He gets like a max range Haunting Wave every time. Tim seems to be very familiar with Sylvanas as a hero. Kael just drops his skeletal mages down there to goaltend while they deal with this mercenary camp, which is very interesting. And he only spawned 2. Of course, if skeletal mages intersect with impassable terrain, they just don't appear. So looks like Zul is in a lot of trouble. Oh, nice sanctification coming in, and Lily's Cups is keeping the rest of them alive, even if though they couldn't keep Zul alive. And actually Sylvanas goes down. So they tried to get something after Zul's death, but it turned to be their downfall. Now Falstad gets to dump some of his gems. Of course, he still has 33 left, so he still needs to play very carefully. Kael also has 24, so their very squishy heroes are carrying another turn in all by themselves. So if they can get the right engagement, Obsidian that is, if they can get the right engagement and take away those gems, then they can really solidify, or actually, well, secure a lead. Because right now they're actually behind in XP now with those latest kills. And now they lost the entire bot lane. Now, of course, top lane is the important lane on this map. So, but they were already bottom, so they chose to pressure bottom. I don't know if they're going to get this fort at this rate. Tyrael's pretty low, and there's some more blinds coming out. And looks like Disintegrate will scare them, keep them back enough that they back off. Mid, Kael was pressuring them, gets the well at least, so that's pretty good. Zul needs to be super careful here. He is so far ahead. I guess he does see the 4 bottom, so he feels super safe doing this. But oh, now he can go in for this kill. It's 34 gems. His team needs to come and help him. If Falstad dies, this is the worst thing. Oh no, someone needs to come get the gems. Oh my god. If Zul had hit that scythe, he used the scythe before his Bone Prison, and that cost him the kill. That was such a big kill. Oh, look at that Twilight Dream. Beautiful Twilight Dream from Elf catching 3. And they can't get him, and Sanct is back up already. So it looks like the chase is all for naught. And But in the meantime, during the opponent's Webweaver phase, Zul had done more than half damage to this fort. That is some good work by Zul. And of course we saw he almost killed him, but yeah. That little scythe mix-up and cost him 34 gems. Or 30, yeah, that was 34 gems at the time. And it looks like he's just letting him turn in those 37 now. Oh no. Yeah, need a better job of scouting and goaltending for sure. At this point in time, it is more important than being in lanes, trying to cancel turn-ins and getting picks on high gem count heroes. Now we see Zul and Sylvanas were trying to turn in, but Falstad stopped that, so good job by Cloud8 doing that. Keeping aware of the turn-in points. Now, despite having the Sylvanas, they're not the ones getting the turn-in, so that Sylvanas pick isn't going to be great for them. And that first turn-in, of course, didn't do that much for them. So, oh no, Falfirian's way! Oh my god, why was he so aggressively positioned? Looks like Kale's coming in from the flank. Once again, a very dangerous position to be in. And look, so Johanna's actually caught him. No, just outside of her conviction, so... Okay, so now that they've, once again, dying right after you turn in, right before the Webweaver spawn is pretty much the worst thing that can happen. You've basically wasted, well, I mean, they got 2 forts, so it's not that bad. But yeah, you just kind of did not get value out of your turn-in, the expected value, so losing 2 there wasn't great. Or losing just Malf, I guess, isn't great there. And it looks like everyone's gathering up at this bottom turn-in, leaving space for Raynor and Kale up top though. But they can't get, they know this, they saw them, and they choose to get into a fight right now outnumbered. That's really strange. The Twilight Dream was another great one. They really need to be aware about stocking up on that Malf. And Lily's Jug should bring everyone back up into fighting shape. Is Falstad going to get caught? No. Malfurion gets caught again. The expected value out of the second turn-in would be 2 forts, I would say. Out of the first one, you really get walls, if neither team has Sylvanas, of course. Okay, so... Oh, nice Wailing Arrow there, and Falstad gets caught. Here we go, there's chase on the Tyrael. Tyrael's a hard get though, assuming he has another sword coming up, but he has 24 gems, so he really needs to get out of here. And that was so close. Tyrael's playing with fire. Oh my goodness. But yeah, Malfurion's really got to watch his positioning. You know, he is still a squishy healer despite having Ice Block, which he didn't get out on time that fight. Either of the times he got picked, really. I mean, I guess the first time he was in level 13, but... We see Sun King's Fury for Kalefest not going the Flamestrike build, which is what we usually see on this map. So... That's a strange build for Kale, because Clear is so important for this map, so you usually see the Flamestrike build. And he actually went Pyroblast. Wow, I'm very shocked. Of course... Oh, there's no Sanctification or anything to cancel that, or like any immunity, so Pyroblast can do okay. It is very uncommon here, though. He's just going a very strange build for this map, this kill. Okay, here's to start another engagement with their Webweaver turn-in. Nice Sanctification, should zone everyone out, and Johanna gets taken out. Nice job with the Holy Ground and Sanctification there by Tyrael, and here comes the Pyroblast. Now Li Ming actually took Glass Cannon. Oh no. Not realizing that Kale took Pyroblast, I guess. So Glass Cannon just absolutely disintegrates him, pun optional. And now Zul has to get out of there. Oh, nice Holy Ground blocking his way again. Lily blind doesn't really help him. Oh no, Zul's dead. He has no escape. Now this is another kind of a minor pet peeve with Lilies, and of course I'm not saying he's a bad player or anything, but for a tip for all the Lily players out there, don't use your blind until you can hit an auto attacker with it. Like you saw him, he used it there just to kind of blind Tyrael, and but if he had waited for Falstad or Raynor to come in and blinded one of those higher value auto attackers, then that might have done more work. I'm not saying he would have saved him; it still would have been tough. But just got to be very aware of when to use your buttons. Wow, a lot of AoE damage coming out. Oh, forcing the Sanctification. Nice job. Of course, Jugs was already forced out earlier, and then now we get that orb. With the glass cannon and everything, just blowing him up. Looks like Malfurion is dead for sure, 100%. And there he goes. Now 3 down while they have the boss, so the boss shouldn't get too much value. And it looks like, in fact, they're going to take a keep. Of course, with Sylvanas, this should be no problem. Very aggressive shot calling here. I like it. Now they need to spread out for this Tyrael bomb. Oh. Look at how much damage that did. With the glass cannon, that did about 60% of Li Ming's life bar here. Incredible. Alright. Now they gotta get back and make sure they don't lose a keep of their own, or are they just gonna go for it? Looks like with 30 seconds left... Oh, actually that pick on Raynor actually lets them have the game, maybe? Oh, nice try to blink dodge the Pyroblast there, but... Is it going to be enough? The Jugs is going to heal her back up. Oh, nice orb trying to snipe the Kael'thas off. But without Pyroblast, can they do this? They got no creeps here. They got to back up. And they actually gave up their own keep, so I don't like that follow-up on the aggressive shot calling. I thought they were going to just turn back and deal with the boss, and then they would have had a keep advantage. But they really pushed the issue and overestimated their chances. At least it looks like they're not going to pay for it with any deaths. Maybe? Johanna should be able to peel enough. Oh, that Sanct was weird. I guess, was it to protect from a bone prison? I didn't see. And then, looks like Johanna's gonna die. She died so that others could live. Don't let her sacrifice be in vain. Alright. Looks like everyone else gets out. Okay, so, state of the game. XP, pretty much even. No turn-in for red team. No turn-in for blue team. 1 keep each. In a level 20 fight? Oh boy. I don't know. At face value, I would give Cloud8 the better level 20. 12% damage on their core, though, so backdoor possibilities are favoring Obsidian Gaming, and they are going to hit level 20 first. They're going to have a small window where they can try to force something. We'll see if they do once they hit 20. Now, Cloud8 doesn't want to give them that window, so they're just going to try and force a fight now while they're both at 19 talents. But of course, this is a small map. It's hard to make things like that happen. You kind of have to wait in a bush somewhere and maybe wait for them to just face check a turn in or something like that, and then try and get them. Now, another way to force a fight, of course, would be boss on this map, but they already took it, so can't use that. Okay, so we see a full orb build coming from Li Ming. Also kind of unusual. That's kind of the least popular build, I would say, that you see. But I've seen it before on this map, in Share League specifically. Maybe from Obsidian, maybe that's why I've seen it. You know, very good for the goaltending on this map, so... And then, is that... Oh, it's Temporal Flux. Alright. Don't see Temporal Flux too often anymore. Used to be, of course, the OP talent for Li Ming at level 20. Looks like they're just getting to turn in with no harassment here. And does Zul have most of their gems, though? No, he's only 8, so... Alright. I mean, they do have enough if they get to turn in everything. Nice gust isolating Sylvanas! They need to get out. They don't want to fight this 4-on-5, and here they go. Oh, Lily gets caught in the gravity lapse while Jugs was up, so didn't get full value out of that. But, oh, chasing a Li Ming is so dangerous in these narrow corridors, and we see that, you know, if they had taken a couple more steps into that second orb there, they might have died, so... Well, always gotta be careful when you're chasing a Li Ming, but even with Bolt of the Storm, maybe he used it already. Sylvanas was just caught out, and then like nice gravity lapse to cancel the jugs from Lily. I guess Lily was a pretty nice pick because there are really no stuns other than the gravity lapse and the Q from Raynor to interrupt the jugs. And she's so far that she shouldn't be caught by the Raynor Q, usually. Okay, are they going to get the second keep of the game here? It looks like they should, Cloud8, that is. Jugs is back up, of course, with Kung Fu Hustle. Lily has very short cooldown on that. And there we go. Tyrael gets out with Holy Ground. Looks like everyone should make it. Maybe not Tyrael. Tyrael, of course, has no escape. Nice Gust to disengage. And we see why Gust is such a powerful ultimate. And it just doesn't seem to matter how much they nerf him. He's still going to be picked. Although, of course, he's not picked nearly as often as he was pre-buff. Alright, let's see what Cloud8 can get done with this Web Weaver wave. They're starting very far back on the bottom. Obsidian does have to worry about top because that leads right into their core. But really, their primary goal is to not lose their last remaining keep because obviously having a 3 keep disadvantage, even on a small map, even when you have Azul and Sylvanas, can get pretty tough. Looks like they might have an engagement here. Oh, Sylvanas nearly went the wrong way away from her team there. Let's see what they can set up. Now, we do have Indestructible, of course, and Bone Spear for Azul. Okay, here we go. The fight for the bottom keep. This is Helm's Deep right here. Can they make their last stand? Johanna gets rooted and caught. Jugs forced to come out early. Pyroblast on Sylvanas. Is she gonna live? Okay, she lives. She was at full health. And there's the Hyperion, but Jugs kept everyone alive, and now the Sanctification comes out. Cloud8 actually has lower health bars than Obsidian right now. Of course, they could tap at their well, and oh my god, Cloud8 needs to get out of here. The chase is on. Can Sylvanas catch? I mean, can Johanna catch them? And this is why I kind of like the Conviction movement talent. Or Condemn, sorry, movement talent. So that when you're on the chase, you can actually chase people down. They probably could have at least gotten 1 kill, maybe. But it looks like Cloud8 actually do a great job of disengaging. They didn't get this keep with their turn-in, and that was a big turn-in. That was their 65 gem, I would say, turn-in, or 60 gem. And you're just not going to get more turn-ins for the rest of too many more turn-ins for the rest of the game. So you really got to make these ones count. And that is why Sylvanas is so popular, because without turn-ins, without web weavers, your win condition is the boss. You're down to 1 essentially. Here we go, they caught 2. Nice disengage Gus, but Kael'thas is very far forward. Is he gonna die? He really should die. No, he misses the punish. Oh no. Oh wow, look at that burst from Li Ming though. That glass cannon coming to play, and nice Sanctification, saving Raynor's life. And it looks like Johanna's gonna proc her Indestructible here. No, she's actually kept alive with Lily's Jugs. Oh, there we go. Indestructible. Can they chase her down? Looks like the Power Blast is definitely going to kill Lily. Of course, with no Ice Block or anything like that. No Stasis, no Divine Shield. Invulnerability. She just can't escape from the Pyro Blast. And wow. Okay, looks like 4 go down. It's going to be a full team wipe for Cloud8. Wow. And these are 3 and 2 teams in Division 2, guys. So it looks like with this victory march, Obsidian Gaming will go to 3 and 3, evening up their record, and Cloud8 is going to go to 4 and 2. So congratulations to Cloud8. Really well played game, very back and forth. It was so even. This map tends to get very snowbally, so good job on both teams on keeping it very even. We saw like a little bit of different drafts and different styles coming out, more team fight draft and builds coming out from Cloud8, and a much more push and lane control builds and draft coming out from Obsidian, and we saw who went out, but it really came down to execution. Like that last team fight, just them not being able to kill Kale near the keep there was kind of their undoing. And of course we saw a big shot calling mistake when they took a keep top and then tried to push for the core instead of going back and defending the boss and letting the boss get a keep by itself for free. That was huge. That was kind of the turning point in the game. If they had just taken their keep advantage, turned in again, taken another keep, this was probably Obsidian's game. So alright, we see hero damage once again. Kale doing a lot of work with that Pyroblast Sun King's Fury build. Not very taken very often anymore, Sun King's Fury, since the nerf, but Manny showing us that it works. Li Ming, of course, doing a lot of damage with their class cannon, and then siege damage. We see Zul, no surprise, and Kale. Look at that, topping siege and hero damage. That's when you know a hero might be good for a certain comp, a certain map. So very nice, very well played by the Kale for sure. And that gravity lapse to cancel Lily's Jugs pretty much saved that one fight. You know, forcing. I don't think they got any kills. Or maybe they got one kill because they killed Sylvanas at the beginning of that fight, but it forced Obsidian to go back. So anyway, I'm gonna let you look at the talents, and before I sign off, once again, if you like the cast, please hit the follow button. I'm casting another Chair League game at 10 o'clock Eastern, which is about 45 minutes from now, so tune in for that. Remember to support me in Extra Life. I'll be gaming for 24 plus hours in the name of charity for Sick Kids Hospital. Thank you very much for tuning in, everybody. Thank you to the teams for playing and providing us with lots of entertainment. And I will see you back here in about 45 minutes. And if not, have a great night.